I'm Dave Winston, and I live in the district. One of my questions is, it looks like we have an $8 million hole to fill, and when you talk about transportation, it sounded like a request for proposal or whatever, a competitive bid might have resulted in $2 million in savings, which, by my math skills imparted by other teachers in New York, is about a quarter of the deficit. Now, when I looked up here at the proposed cuts, I think there was $700,000 in savings from not buying buses next year, and maybe another $90,000 in administrative position, which still leaves us with somewhere north of $1 million that hasn't been made up from that proposal. And I guess my question is, in kind of a comment, and take this any way you like, any suggestions from the transportation group about cutting them, potentially? Unless they're $2 million or north, it's kind of self-serving. I mean, to me, I think that, anything that could close that much of a gap deserves maybe a second look, and part of that second look sounds like going out to your request for proposal, certainly before taking people out of the classroom.
Well, I'm Mike Vogel, I'm the Assistant Superintendent for Operations, and I have the administrative oversight over our transportation department. We brought in a consultant to advise us on what the potential savings might be in contracting for services. We also had to look at what the statutory requirements are for decertifying the union, which is really what we would be doing in that situation. And we can't do anything while they're under contract. And right now their contract runs through till June 30th. So in order for us to put out an RFP and try to make a change from an in-house department to a contracted for services department, we couldn't do anything until after June 30th. And then we have to do good faith bargaining. We have to, by statute, we have to reach impasse with the bargaining unit before we can take that next step to contract. So the timing was one of the key issues and why we couldn't move forward with it for the 2015-16 school year. We also had significant conversations with our bargaining unit representatives from transportation, and the reduction in purchasing for buses and for administrative costs and transportation were not brought forward by the drivers union. Those folks are also working internally to put together proposals for future contracts where we may get additional contract concessions from those folks in order to save those positions.